Good morning, everybody. Park Rat Pat right here with Sunday morning. Getting it started, waking up, make everybody feel good, spread a little joy, sunshine. Oh, hmm. Remind everybody, too, that, here we go, only you can prevent ashtray fires. All right, let's welcome our host here,
Good
Mr. Red.
morning.
What's going on, brother?
Preventing ashtray fires.
hmm Hell yeah. Worked at the county fair last night doing our Tupperware booth, and
Nice.
got to do it again today. Not a little bad response from people. It's always fun to work the fair. Hmm. Um, Swiffler's not here. He might show up later. He's got keys to the place, so pop in whenever he feels like it. I figured this would be an odd morning because the daylight screw you time.
Yeah, not to mention it's March break for some people.
Yeah. Back breaking metal detecting. Good morning to you. Now
Good morning, backbreaking.
I do have the link posted at the top of the chat. If anybody wants to come on up and say, hey, tell a joke, spread some morning sunshine, whatever it is you got to spread. Hell, we'll take bullshit. Just bring it on up here and share it with us. Uh, I did not put in my upper teeth today because they were just gagging me out.
I don't blame you then.
That's one of those things you got to psych yourself into. I mean, I'm still not at that point where you can just pop out of bed, slap them in, and go eat a ham sandwich, you know? It's like,
Right,
oh,
right.
I got to let everything wake up normal. Nothing worse than gluing in your dentures and then coughing really hard after a big hit. You know how your mouth gets all watery?
Yep, yep.
That's all trapped up under the plate, and all it does is gag.
Oh,
It's like,
oh. Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, a bit of a pain in the ass.
I'm personally glad I never went and got false teeth.
Yeah. Um, I find sometimes I do better with just the bottoms in. Even with eating, like, I'll snap into a Slim Jim.
I can eat literally almost everything I used to, other than things like peanuts, cashews, almonds.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have not a problem, and I
Mm-hmm.
haven't had teeth in 5, 6 years now.
Mm, yeah, it's been about a year for me. Well, it'll be like a year in May.
Yeah, you kind of get used to it after a while. You learn to use your tongue and push the food on the roof of your mouth and just smush it.
Oh, yeah. And certain things are better without teeth.
Right?
I mean, all y'all out there keeping your teeth, more power to you. But if you ever lose them all, go out and get your ass some cotton candy. Oh, my goodness. Oh,
Right?
that's,
Right?
that's
It's
borderline sexual. When you have no teeth, cotton candy is a whole new game.
right, just melts in your mouth and just
Yeah,
oh.
it's everywhere. I can't do candy corn and stuff like that, but and boy, candy corn is one of those things you can't just suck on it until it goes away. That's
No,
like
it's like wax.
it's like the grape nuts of candy.
Yep.
You know, if you've ever eaten grape nuts, you like pour a regular bowl, and 7 hours later the level still hasn't gone down. It's like it never ends. Everybody's got a grape nuts nightmare. Oh, good stuff. A little rainy here today. I don't know if they'll cancel the fair or not. I'm gonna try to win $100.
Nice.
Actually, I'm gonna be more confident. I'm gonna win $100 tonight. They got this thing at the carnival where you hang from a bar but the bar spins, so that adds an element to it. But you just got to hang from the bar for 2 minutes, and you win $100, and it costs you
Huh.
$10 to try. And I see everybody fail this thing all the time every year. So I looked up a couple of videos here on YouTube, and the secret is to lock your fingers over your thumbs when you're holding. This way, the tension's coming down on both sides of the pole instead of just one.
Right.
So I'm going to try that tonight, and that would be hilarious to see all these tough high schoolers. You got this, Tommy. You can do it. You're the man. And then some fat, dumpy dad bod going like, yeah, give me my money, bitch.
You got to show them how it's done.
So I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to go and win me $100. And then
gold luck.
And then I'm going to go over and win a bunch of goldfish and do some other fun stuff. It'll be quite joyful, really. Mm-hmm. And that, it's time with my girl. I do enjoy spending time with her. Thank goodness. I got an invite in the email, to my 40th year class reunion.
Damn.
Because, class of 84. But I graduated a year ahead of my class in 83. So when the school year started, I only needed one English credit. That was 15 days, and I was like, see ya. And I was gone to do my thing. And my wife's like, you should go. I'm like, why? And she's like, I said, it's going to be a pissing contest. The people I barely remember, most of whom I didn't hang out with, and everybody trying to spout off as the most successful or whatever. And she's like, you'd end up being the big man on campus. And I'm like, why? And she's like, well, think about it. I had to think about it for a few minutes, and okay, what's my story? Been with the same girl for 25 plus years, happy, enjoying ourselves, life's good that way. I own a really nice house in Florida with a big old pool. I got a big ass camper I travel around the country in. I retired when I was 49. Yeah, I got a pretty good story going,
Fucking right.
But I didn't care about impressing these people in high school. Why should I care about impressing them now?
Right.
Most of them, the only thing they ever came over to me for was weed, or when they needed a laugh, because I've always been a funny guy.
Good morning, ND.
And now weed's legal there, so it's not like I'm going to show up at the reunion, sell a few dime bags, and
Right.
We got Nevada M3 metal detecting in the house. Good morning. Glad to see you. Mark the Bird Hunter.
Good morning, Mark.
And Mark, the link is posted at the top of the chat. You're more than welcome to come on up. Be yourself.
I'd go to my school reunion, but 3/4 of the people I went to school with are either dead from overdosing or in jail.
Yeah. Sheldon, good to see you, brother. Man, he's about the only reason I'd ever go back to Idaho. It's to hang out with Sheldon, do some detecting, man. We had such a great time. And it's a treasure when you're hunting with somebody new and they're new at detecting. It was like, I was there when he found his first ring.
Right.
It was like, it was awesome, awesome time. God, yeah, I'd love to go back out there and hunt some more.
It's kind of how I feel about giving people their first dab of extract.
Dude, I wish I had invented this back in high school. If I had thought, I wonder what I could do with Grandpa's old press. And,
Right.
Yep. And that's hard to say, but people think about that sometimes. It's like, man, if I could go back in time and be the guy who invented crack. Jeez.
Right.
It's like, yep, if I could have introduced the world to dabs, oh, man. been the first of my buddies to actually make butter. You know. Although, one of the things I pulled in high school was we had those little Banaka breast squirters, you know.
Yep.
We'd take the top off of that and dump it out. Push down in there about 5, 6, however many you had, hits of acid. Add some hot water, put the thing back on, and shake it up, and we would pass that around in class. And it was great because you got 4 sprays for $10. Yeah, so I always made my money.
Absolutely.
And everybody got about, a half a dose, a tab. Oh, those were good days.
Back when you could get away with that shit.
Oh, yeah, man.
Try to do that now.
That was another thing on my big man on campus list. Y'all remember your first car in high school, right? Yep, we all do. Mine was a 77. Mine was a 77 Celica GT, and I still got it.
I never had a license because I've always had a seizure disorder. So
licenses are overrated. I didn't get a license till I was like 18 or 19, but I mean, I've been driving full time since I was like 14.
They're real sticklers up here about driving without a license.
Well, they probably are here too if you get caught. That was another right there. Yeah, I'm driving my Celica in high school. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. I never had a license. I couldn't get a license till after I was 18 because I had my first DUI when I was like 13. And I wasn't even really driving, but I was crawling into a car to throw up. So.
Good morning, Paula.
Snowed a lot in Idaho in the last 2 weeks. Y'all can keep the snow, man. Oof. Paula, good morning.
Dirt Devil Detecting. Good morning.
Triple D, how's it going? Oh, good deal. Mandy's Candy, yay. How you
Mandy. Good morning.
Holy cow. Whew. All right. Parkwell. Rat waking up, feeling okay. How did your prom go? Or whatever dance it was you were getting the girl ready for last time I saw you.
You mean my goddaughter?
Yeah.
Oh, she was just going on a date with her girlfriend.
Oh, I thought she was going to some prom or something like that.
No. Her girlfriend and her went on a date with their mom, and yeah, it was some weird thing. They were supposed to go get their nails done, and the nail place was closed, so they ended up going out for lunch.
See, so if they had gone to like a Korean restaurant, somebody would have been there that could do their nails.
Right?
Don't shoot me, people. We all see the connection.
But yeah, she's off at her uncle's place for the night last night, so got the house to myself, thankfully.
Yeah, gotta maintain a certain level of isolation.
Well, she's been here 3 weeks, and the only time I get alone is when she's gone to school. Good morning, Grumpy.
Brother. Good morning to you, brother. Glad to see you here. I hate the S's. Oh, so if anybody out there watching, we got 12 people watching now. Probably heard about me. I'm gonna hang from the bar tonight at the carnival and win me $100 because I looked up the secret to that. If y'all know any secrets to beating any other carnival games, let me know. Speak up in the comments. Park Rat want to come home with some prizes.
And just remember, most carnival games are rigged.
Yeah, that's why I got to try and get in touch with Rob Weigold, because he was a carny for 40 years. He knows all the ins and outs. You set him up in front of those swirly gig machines where you've got to pull the thing out. He can do it one-handed, looking in the other direction. He's like, got it. So
I spent 6 months working for Funland Outdoor Amusements up here in Canada. So I got to learn really quickly. 99% of the time, you're going to lose.
yeah, but I want to know the secret to win. So anybody out there sitting on some carnival secrets, speak on up, damn it. Earn your keep.
Anything you have to throw a ball at, there's a good chance that at least 3 of those pegs are magnetically held in place. So that way, when you throw the ball at it and try to knock it over, it ain't falling over.
Yeah, it topples, but
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's a little foot pedal under the counter. Buddy steps on it, engages the magnet. And in the ring toss games, there's one ring out of the whole batch of rings that they have that is big enough to fit over the proper bottles and stuff.
Yeah, and they're tiny to begin with. So, you get the right ring, but do you have the right touch?
Exactly. Good morning, Danny boy.
They be sure and give that ring to like the little 4-year-old girl, so she's running around with a big goldfish, and every other dad is spending $40.
Yep.
Danny boy, just to dig in. We're having a fun morning up here. The link is at the top of the chat. Come on up and say hey if you feel like it. Even if you don't. Come on up here, man. Hang out for a little while. I put my teeth over here. The uppers were just bothering me this morning, so put the lower ones in so I can do my hawking thing if I need to. So we're there at the fair, and we've got our booth set up at an inside big pavilion, and all these political people running for local county offices and shit are in there. And one of them comes walking by and he sticks out his hand, and I'm like, how's it going, Joe? And he shakes my hand and he's like, Joe Ehrman, I'm running for a city councilman, blah, 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 blah. And then after he got done talking and let go of my hand, I pointed at myself. And he was like, oh. It was like, yeah, how's it going, man? I mean, I've known the guy for 30 years. I'm married to his cousin. We hang out 5 or 6 times a year, family events and blah, blah, blah. He's like, he just so much in game mode, he didn't even recognize me.
Right. Well, when you're a politician, it's all about public opinion, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got to give your spiel and your speech. And
yeah, it's all about the kissing hands and shaking babies.
Yep.
Something like that.
I think they have a filter for that.
Yeah, can't be any more wrinkled than mine is.
Got to get one of those sensor bars engaged there, Pat.
Nah, I don't mind. Naked is a good thing.
Till it's running after you on the beach at 80 years old.
The real question is, why are you running away?
Why they chase him? I get it. I'm in my 30s. I still have a bit of youthful appearance, but like, they shouldn't be chasing my ass.
And Bad Idea Lab pops in with another good bad idea. One time with my friend Richard Coleman, we went to the local amusement park when I lived in New Bedford, and it was Lincoln Park. And, just being a couple of crazy high school kids, we go and we dam down these big ass, like Orange Julius kind of shakes that they have. And we like chug 2 or 3 of those. And then we intentionally get on a thing called the flying bobsleds and see which one of us can hold out without getting sick. Well, he won, sort of, because he was in the cart behind me when I got sick. he got plastered. I think he still owes me $5. Yeah, that's like barfing on a friend. I'm sure he's looking forward to seeing me at the reunion. Like somebody revving up an engine out there.
I had the Orange Air Ambulance fly over my house this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm literally like half a block from the hospital.
Yeah. The airport's right behind us, the local airport. But thankfully, the hospital's got its own helipad, and that's down the road about 4 miles. So we don't get a lot of traffic here. We do get a lot of heavy iron going overhead at night because the Vero airport takes the big planes now.
Yeah.
And so that's added to our traffic pattern. That's where it comes from. Got it. Okay, figured it out. Lifelong problem solved. Ugh. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, goodness. Who else we got? Anybody new popping in? We're hanging at 12. I'm happy with that. I knew it was going to be a strange morning because the daylight savings and all. But hopefully most people will be worked through that and get it figured out by the time Rob's show starts at 9 o'clock. And then get down to having some fun with him and Charlie. I believe Charlie will be there. I know Charlie's still traveling, visiting family and stuff. But yeah, I'm sure they've got it all worked out as far as co-hosting and all that. Even when you're alone, you're not alone.
No, I got my fur ball. She's sitting here biting my hand. That's how she shows her love when you try to pick her up and pet her.
Yeah, Lucy's a biter too.
She loves being held. She'll sit here for hours, but the minute you go to try to touch her head, she latches on and, pin cushions your hand. She don't bite too hard, though.
Don't worry about it, Danny. If they hit your house with a wing, imagine how much money you'll be able to sue for.
Well, at least on a positive note, if they ever do, you don't have to worry about being constipated. It'll scare it right out of you.
Yeah, that would be something to freak you out. Just even if it's not your house, like just like if an airplane crashed into the neighbor's house, be like, mm. Dogs will do that. Our dog is convinced that she's got her own spot in the bed.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that, Danny boy.
I know you should charge people for parking
Parking and admission to your backyard.
and paintball guns. So you let the people at the air show know that anybody that wants to experience that sound of getting shot at, we've got paintball guns over here, and if you fly low enough, they'll take some shots at you. You're like, cool. Paintballs sound pretty badass when they're hitting metal. If you've ever been behind a car and like, it's like, ooh, that's realistic. That'd be great in an airplane if you're like, yeah, I want to know what it's like to get shot at in my Piper Cub.
The FAA might have something to say about that one, but next thing you know, paintball goes into the engine, causes it to freaking burst.
All right, grumpy fella, the Xterra Pro is an awesome machine. Go with Field 1. No, Field 2. That's what I keep mine in. 15 hertz. And then do everything mid-range. Your sensitivity, just set it all at mid-range, and then just start at it, man. I have a little test garden in my yard, so I can go there and say, okay, this is what silver is going to read like, and that's what a 10K ring is going to read like, and pennies and all that stuff. But yeah, they're a great machine, and once you get the hang of it, which don't take long at all, you're going to love the sucker, man. Wicked easy to figure out. I keep looking over here because it's like, I have it right here. Yeah. Let me see if I can turn it on, make some noise, and find out exactly what my settings are there. All right, in a garage full of metal stuff. So yeah, yep, Field 2. There you go. It's about as close as it gets, huh? Somewhere in there you can see my settings. It's a great little machine, really it is.
Almost sounds like a broken R2 droid.
Or at least one that's getting violated. Yeah, that Xterra does hit pretty freaking deep. Well, that hit pretty deep too. Yeah.
I still need to get me a new detector. I miss my Garrett AT Pro.
Yeah, I got a lot of machines. I probably need to start weeding some out. But there are still situations, like I'm using the Xterra Pro now. And I hit one area last week, and it wasn't too trashy, but I was getting a lot of faint signals and weird signals because it was so close to the railroad tracks. So for that type of environment, I'm going to bring the Tarsace back out because it is great at cutting out ambient noise, and you're going to get a lot of that from the tracks.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole different level of, energy wave going on there. And everybody's like, but the trains are just rubbing metals together. It creates a magnetic type of pulse. It has its own form of induction.
Yeah.
And then those rails just hold that.
Yeah.
High tones are usually your more noble metals. Copper, brass, gold, silver, blah, blah. Your deeper stuff's going to be your irons, your alloys, tins, steel, stuff like that. But there was a crossover. Now, this one doesn't use a scale, but a lot of machines use a scale where you'll see, you've got 0 and then you've got plus numbers and negative numbers, and it's at that 0 point, or they'll have a line with 0 in the middle and all your negative numbers and all your positive numbers, or whatever scale they use. So at that crossover point, the 0 point, where you get down there and those low numbers are usually gold. You can get gold that's a +5, or you can get a gold that's a -4, So you dig those because there's that crossover point. And what people don't understand is the scale isn't an arch or a line, it's a circle. So your worst iron is going to be like -98, -95, and you're thinking that's crap. Now your best silver should be +98, +95, then you're in the silver range. But a lot of times you get that number and you're digging the heavy iron. Okay, you're digging some axe head or something. It's because you're at a crossover point. And so maybe sometimes try intentionally digging that -95 or that -83 and find out that you were actually at the positive end in silver, because there's a crossover point in that circle. This is what I know about that from 30 years of building meters to detect corrosion and rust and all that good stuff. All right, I'm done being brainy for today, damn it. Where's my pipe?
Time for a brief safety meeting, huh?
Getting damn close, yep.
I'm already 3 dabs in this morning.
Yeah, I've had me 2. Then I did the teeth battle. Yeah, that's it. Welcome to Park Rats College of Metallurgical Knowledge. Yeah. My wife told me I should write a book on that. And it's like, it would be more of a manual than a book, honey. It's not like it'd be, on a bestseller list or nothing. It might be something they use to teach a class, but.
Call it reference manual.
It's more of a common sense manual, I know these things about soil and mineralization and metals. I understand metals and metallurgy on an esoteric level. And it's just something that comes natural to me. So I think of these things I figure everybody should figure it out, you know? It's like, how do you not get that? You know, I was so surprised when I first started my channel and I was talking to people about letting the ground heal, that a lot of them had no idea. You know, I skip all those iron targets. Get them out of there.
Right.
Stop that leech of mineralization. Kill those halos. Plant some copper spikes and come back in 3 weeks. The copper will be the cathode. All that extra mineral crap will burn off. Whatever
Right.
aluminum's left in there from all the pull tabs you dug and the ambient rust and halos from all the iron nails and crap you took out. You burn all that stuff off, then you're on a better playing field. Because anytime you got two dissimilar metals in an electrolyte, you've got a battery. So think of how many hundreds or thousands of batteries are on the ground before you.
Right.
You know, and that silver dime you're looking for, that's part of a battery too. You know, but if you get rid of all the anode, it makes it a lot easier to find the good stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking way too much, man. I need another hit. No, we're putting that on hold. And I'll just be back here.
I think I'll join you.
There we go.
Let you do your thing first, though.
Get it nice and hot. Mm-hmm. I love this old dabber. I don't know what they're making the new ones out of, but these old quartz ones are just, you can't kill them.
This silicone rig that I have with the titanium nail, it works phenomenal. It's $25 on Wish, if you know what that is. It's that shopping app or whatever from China. Yeah, this thing here does me just great. Just a simple silicone rig, titanium nail. And I've only had to replace the nail once.
Smooth. Ooh. It's all right, Grumpy. I like using my brain. You know, that's where all my best ideas come from. Of course, that's where all of my worst ideas have come from, too.
Yeah, they tend to go hand in hand.
But some of those, man, I had this idea. You know how you've got all these acupressure points in your feet, you know? And I thought, okay, you can make an insert for in your shoe, right? And it'd have little bumps on it at those acupressure points. So instead of being constipated, you know, with this thing, you could sit down on the toilet, press on your heel in the right spot, and that would activate things to make you go. So no more constipation. Just, you know, sit, prick, splash, wipe, and go. I could make tens of dollars with that. But in the prototype, I mean, I about shit myself to death walking across the hall. Every step. So it's got some bugs to work out, but when I get that one figured out, you'll see me on the Home Shopping Network.
You need little actuator motors. Something that'll push them up when you activate the button.
Nah, you see, if it's Bluetooth or anything, somebody could hack it. And
no,
then that would be bad while you're driving. It's like
not Bluetooth at all. You would have to activate it by, you know, a toe button or a heel button.
The heel button would be good because then you could see that on other people's shoes and walk up behind them and just kick them in the heel. Oops, sorry, buddy.
And they could make their own power too.
Mhm.
because every step you take, it puts pressure. By using pressure transducers, you would be able to gather that energy and store it in a small capacitor to run your little actuator motors.
Mhm. You store all that in the big empty cavity created by pooping yourself to death. Mm. But today we got 15 people on up in the house here. That's cool. We got about 45 minutes or so. Mr. Rob will be starting up over there, doing him thing. It's always been a science channel, man. It's like,
Science is everywhere.
hell yeah. Shoot. I've been a fan of science since the first time I made a tinfoil pipe.
I'd have to say it was Bill Nye the Science Guy that got me
No, I'm old school. I watched Mr. Wizard,
hooked.
John Herbert.
I've seen some of the older stuff too. I'm a child of the 80s after all.
Mm.
But the 90s were the big time for things like Bill Nye and all that, Magic School Bus. And
oh yeah. And of course, we were learning the science stuff when solar was still a new thing. It was like you blow them away in school if you had a solar powered calculator with that little gray strip solar panel on it, and
right.
you'd cover it and it'd go off, and you go, and these are people in high school, like, just wow, check that out, man, things cool. So, yeah, we were at the beginning of modern science. I saw that thing where this old guy's standing there fishing, and some young guy's just like, man, we got this, we got that, we got phones that do this, we got cars that do that, we got remote control, blah 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 blah. We got. And he's looking at the old guy. He's like, you guys didn't have shit. And the old guy's like, that's why we invented it.
Right.
All the things all the kids are like, oh, we love it. It's like, yeah, that was invented by old people like us. Yep. I'm going to be bringing some of those stickers tonight to hand off to cousin Jojo there. And
I still need to get one of those.
Metal Detecting with Randy. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, Randy.
Here. Link is at the top of the chat if you feel like popping on in. If not, that's cool. You'll still be on my Christmas list. Looks like it's going to be a nice mild day. I like that. I like days that are a little overcast. Where your temperature's running between 68 and 73 maybe. It's like, this is cool.
Oh, that last dab hit nice.
The first one, the last one, they all hit nice.
Right.
At least in my head they do. Oh goodness. Now, I don't know how many duck races Rob's going to be doing, but if you didn't get a chance to see his stream last week or the stream last night, oftentimes he does giveaways based on people who were there in the chat during the show or people who comment on the video afterwards. So always go over, check out his stuff. leave those comments. Even if you can't stay for the whole stream, if you get in there and while he's live and be like, hey, good to see y'all, and, hang out for 5 minutes, you'll be in some type of race the next week because of it. And him and Charlie do an awesome job of keeping the community happy and, giving away some trinkets and prizes. And it's cool. But if you want to be in on that, you got to remember to leave them comments. Even if your comment is, if I win, give it to Park Rat. I wonder how many people I could get to do that. Oh yeah. Yep, that one's settling in nice.
This morning I'm smoking some Dante's Inferno. So
I'm not even sure what that is. I tore the label off because it's correct.
This stuff is like a freight train to the lungs.
Yeah, no. I like them to have a flowery kind of hit to them,
Oh, it's got a nice flavor.
Yeah.
But when it hits the lungs, it hits.
Yeah, I find the darker stuff hits harder.
Now, what kind are you smoking? Is it full spectrum? Is it just like shatter or...
Well, this is a sugar. That's a butter. And that's a butter and that's a sugar. And I wouldn't know about spectrum. I don't ask these people about terpenes. I look for stuff with little to no CBD. I need that crap. Just make sure it's sativa and make sure it's a high percentage. So I'm usually buying stuff that's, in the 90% range. That's what really matters to me. Wonder if I could see on the bottom of one of these with my magnificator.
For me, I need the full spectrum extract because that is what helps with my seizure disorder. I've been 5 years seizure free with the full spectrum.
Let's see. What am I finding here? This one's 77%. That's on the low side. There we go, 85. That one I tore the sticker off of. Yeah. Always something good. Ooh, I haven't had any purple stuff. I'd like to try that just for the color.
Good morning, Treasure Tom.
Morning.
And Danny Boy, yes, it is awesome to be 5 years grand mal seizure free. It's mind-boggling, given the fact that they've tried me on multiple different medications to control my seizures, and I was still having them while on those medications. They were just not as frequent. But when I found full spectrum and switched to that from smoking bud, I noticed I didn't need the pills anymore.
Now, has that ever worked in your favor? I mean, have you ever been like having a seizure while some woman's on top of you? She's thinking, damn, I'm good. Like,
I wish. When I go into a seizure, though, I full on like grand mal seizure. My arms and legs flail, and anybody that's within a 5-foot radius of me is getting hit.
Well, then stay on what you're on to keep those seizures down, because I'd hate to have to take a tranquilizer gun to you.
Well, that's the plan, right?
That's
If
it.
I've made it 5 years seizure free, I can finally go for my license
Hmm.
and, start moving forward.
Absolutely. Mm.
Danny, what medication is she on? They had me on phenytoin sodium, but they also tried me on a whole host of other seizure meds. And my seizures are not epileptic, so I don't have audio or visual triggers like flashing lights. They started in my sleep. So it was just kind of random. And all they can tell me is I had a sodium imbalance.
Mm. I've never heard of absent seizures. That's a new term for me.
There are many types of seizures. My ex-wife has epileptic seizures, but she also has the absent seizures as well. And it's where she could be sitting there and all of a sudden she goes just completely blank.
Mm.
And it'll take 5-10 minutes for her to snap out of it.
Mm.
There's no jerking motion, there's no seizure. She goes blank.
Mm. 3,000 milligrams a day. Holy shit!
That's rough.
If you could trade that out for an ounce of weed a day, I'd go for it.
Or even look into full spectrum extract. That may help her. And you don't have to smoke it. You can add it into foods. You can,
Suppositories. Some people like that.
there's been a lot of research up here in Canada when it comes to epilepsy, seizure disorders, and cannabis. And because it's legal up here, there's a crap ton of research going on in general when it comes to cannabis and its medicinal benefits. So just a matter of time before all the studies are peer reviewed and published,
Hmm.
and.
Yep.
But that's part of the reason why it was legalized up here is because, we fought for years showing the medicinal benefits.
Hmm.
And then Trudeau, obviously, when he come up, he's like, well, hey, if I legalize weed, I'm going to get voted in no matter what. So,
Hmm. It's not a bad battle plan.
right? Give the
Then
people what they want.
he probably wanted to celebrate with a joint himself.
Well, that too. That and all of his buddies. They're all the ex RCMP officers and stuff that jailed people for years.
Mm-hmm.
They're all now running the cannabis companies.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a win-win for him and his buddies.
Took me a second to figure out RCMP. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, our Mounties.
Mm-hmm.
But, the very judges, politicians, and everybody that kept weed illegal are now the very people that are profiting from it.
Yes, but at least the people are now able to benefit from it.
That is true. However, the government supply that you can buy here in Canada is partially tainted. Health Canada mandates they use a list of 29 industrial fertilizers, pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, and other additional growing chemicals to grow their medical marijuana.
Hmm.
So
No,
everything you get from the pot shops here in Canada is heavily contaminated with those chemicals.
Hmm.
And yet, if you look on Health Canada's website, some of these chemicals that they require these companies use are
Mm-hmm.
banned for use in agricultural purposes because of their effects on human health.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a disconnect there.
It's all about profit.
Hmm.
You can't spray this stuff on your vegetables, but it's okay to smoke it in your weed.
Yeah. Hobo Rob prospecting. Good morning to you.
Morning, Hobo Rob.
I'm Park Rat Pat, and let me see. Give you a mod status here. I should have been checking all along, making sure. Like, okay. Danny Boy's got his mod.
I'm pretty sure almost everybody that's been in here has the wrench.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't see it on Danny's, but it shows up that he has it, so
Yeah.
make sure. Yeah.
Good morning. Keep digging.
Good morning. Oh, another one. Nope, they got their mod. Glad to see everybody's here. We got us a few minutes, half hour or so, and Rob will be starting up, doing his thing. It should be a good morning for him as well. And we're just here shooting it and waking up. So, let me see. We've talked about carnival games and all kinds of good stuff.
Dan Hurd must have forgot to put a premiere up last night.
Why is that?
Usually he has the premiere set the night before for Sunday morning. I am not seeing a video for this morning yet.
Hobo Rob says it's pouring down rain there. Where are you at, Rob?
It's overcast here. It rained all day yesterday.
Hate to tell you, Treasure Tom, but the big hunt was yesterday, and I'm not sure when they're doing the cookout again or if they're going to do it again, because I think the place where they hold it has changed hands. So we're still waiting to hear on that. Willamette Valley, Oregon. Love Oregon. I went to Crater High School. Great state. Beautiful place. Lots of good weed. Mm-hmm.
Furthest south I've been is Hershey, Pennsylvania. And that was when I was like 11 years old. Got to tour the Hershey factory.
Sweet. April 27th. I may be in town then. Then again, I might be jet setting somewhere. You never know. We'll have to see where the road takes us. Oh, yeah. Corvallis is a low spot in the valley, yeah. Now, I lived in Central Point, Medford, Gold Hill, Grants Pass, Cave Junction, all over through the Upper Applegate. Love that whole area. Not sure what it's like now. I haven't been there in 10 years, but it was beautiful back in the day.
I want to go back to Watkins Glen and check out the Corning Glass Factory again. That was awesome.
That would be cool. Mm.
That was something me and my grandparents did when we had gone down to Hershey.
Mm. A couple of years ago, when I first got the motorhome, took my nephews all around the country. And one of the big ones on our list was to stand on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. So we crossed that one off the bucket list. Lots of great stuff to do. I hope they remember all that.
I want to do the whole UFO tour around Arizona and go check out the Black Mailbox and the Area 51 area.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe meet up with Jeff Williams.
Get probed. Yeah.
You kidding me? Alien comes across me, they ain't gonna want to probe me. They're gonna ask me to take me to my dealer.
That's it.
Yeah, as Paul once said, how much can I learn from an ass? There's only so much the aliens can learn.
Yeah.
After how many years of probing people, they've got to know all there is to know about human anuses.
One would hope.
Either that or they just like seeing humans squeal.
But who doesn't? For all we know, it's like some space smuggling operation. These ones show here, grab a dozen people, stuff them full of whatever. A week later, these ones grab them, take the stuff out, leave some cash behind. Then these ones come back, collect the cash. It's like, yeah. The mules and don't even know it. Yeah. Do you believe I hear a bit of thunder? Jolly. Love rainy days. And if it rains a lot, they'll cancel the fair. I'm still looking forward to winning that $100.
I wish you the best of luck on that, Pat.
Yeah, just follow the instructions I got and visualize that I'm actually hanging over a pit of spikes or snakes or something like that. And,
Well, just remember, they tend to put a lot of heavily buttered food near that stall.
Mm-hmm.
So try to avoid it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was another thing, too, was to make sure your hands are oil-free and dry as possible.
Bring a bottle of Purell. Or just rubbing alcohol.
I thought about bringing my chalk bag out of my bowling bag.
Hey, why not?
Mm-hmm.
If it's good for rock climbing, should be good for,
Yeah.
Would be nice to find that type of money.
It's always fun.
Every now and then I get lucky. I'll find a $5 or a 10 pinned up against my back fence, falls out of somebody's pocket in the hospital parking lot and flows right into my backyard.
That's killer. Oh, yeah. Trying to think of. I know I've found 20s before and 10s and 5s. I think I found about 60 or 70 bucks once, but it's just a little bundle. But I think the biggest bill I ever found was a 20.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to find a couple of 20s. Not many, but a couple.
But with my machine, I found a lot of gold rings. I found a lot of silver. I found a lot of good, valuable stuff. I found that one dime, and shoot, one of those just sold for 120,000.
Whew. That's a spicy meatball.
Oh yeah. Shit, Danny, you could do that in a day. Gotta look around. I thought I had one of Danny's old stickers here. I don't see it directly. Cuckamoo. All right, take it easy. Good luck out there. Digits twisted.
Have a great day. Keep digging. When I had a detector, Tom, whatever I found, I generally got rid of. Unless it was something that really piqued my interest. Good morning, Dirt.
I've got it all. I've never sold or gotten rid of any of my good stuff and my valuable stuff. I've returned a few things if I was able to find the owner, Got those back in the right hands, but most of it I keep around. It's not going to go down in value, so that piece I might sell today for, I'm going to get 40 bucks for these rings. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to get 95 bucks for these rings, The price of silver is going pretty good lately.
Price of gold is going good too.
Mm-hmm.
I checked it yesterday. For 1 gram of gold in Canada, it's $91.
Nice.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't a month and a half ago. It was down at like 80 bucks, roughly. Just bordering 80 bucks a gram.
Let me see if I can do that, Swifty. Swifty just sent me a message, so I'm going to try to see if I can post the link to his giveaway video, because he's got an awesome giveaway coming up. All right, let me see if I got this. Okay, there we go. And this one is unpinned.
Good morning, Rob.
Alrighty, so, oops, dang it. Dang, man. Alrighty, I'll get it figured out.
Good morning, Scott.
Okay, so I've pinned that to the top of the chat now. That's the link to Swifty's giveaway video. That'll be coming up on one of his upcoming shows, but you have to comment on that video to be involved. So go ahead, watch the video. It's not a long one, and you'll learn all about it and what's involved in the giveaways, and it will be cool. Alrighty, let me text Swifty back and let him know. Done deal. All right, man. Done deal, dude. There you go, dude. I was gonna throw in the dude. Yeah. Oh. Take it easy, Danny. I'll have a good one. And we got Mr. Rob up in here. Good morning, good morning. He's up and rolling, getting ready for his show. Mrs. Can Do, good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Can Do.
Hope y'all are having a fabulous morning.
We got Scott McClory that snuck in there too, Pat.
Oh, dang, man. I was so busy getting that link in there. Good morning, Scott. Didn't mean to pass you by. All right, let me send him a thumbs up, and boom, that's it. Back to the show. It's like, oh, goodness. Oh, I know. I stayed up too late, too. I did watch your show until the end. I didn't get home until 10:30 from the fair because we were running the Tupperware booth. So I got over and watched Rob do the stream there with the guys and hung out in the background and lurked. But they did good. Is Charlie going to be with you this morning, Rob? Or do I need to?
Swifty,
there he is. Swifty's waiting on a tow truck right now. Get his car towed. Not sure what's wrong with it. But, that's thunder, all right. Good deal. Bring it on. Make for a nice lazy morning. Can always use a good lazy morning. All right. Yes, 62, 69.62 a gram. Nice. Let's see what silver is in it. While I'm being curious.
good morning, Wallace family.
Good morning, Wallace's reserves. Thanks for popping in.
Gold in Canada right now is $2,954.59 per troy ounce, which comes out to $94.99 per gram.
Right now, silver here is $24.51 an ounce, and gold is $2,190.
Let's check silver in Canada.
Good price. I like seeing that because a lot of my silver I bought when it was down at like 16 or less. So I know I've made me money back. And my gold's not doing bad at all.
Silver price in Canada is $32.91 per ounce.
You know, last time I bought gold, I got 3 ounces was like around $5,000. So definitely coming out ahead of the game on that.
I need to get on panning my concentrates, get all my gold together.
Hell yeah.
Could have a couple $100 in gold sitting here and not even know it.
Oh, I know. I've got so many bags of pay dirt, that I haven't done anything with or check, and I just got to get some space and
Well, I've got
do it.
this,
Mm,
and that is concentrates from the Fraser River in BC. It's all minus 50 mesh.
nice.
So it's all the super fine flour gold.
See, that'd be perfect for a blue bowl with a silicone mat.
I'm doing this stuff one spoonful at a time and getting 20 to 40 specks off the surface material. So I can't wait to get down to the bottom of this thing. I should be getting a couple of 100 specks per pan. Good morning, Lucky James.
Lucky James, good to see you in here. Everybody getting warmed up and moked up and all they got bit dang because, getting ready for Rob's show.
And then on top of those cons, I still have all the tailings that I ran through my sluice.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I got 2 or 3 5-gallon buckets of tailings I got to go through.
And then Rock Butcher, when I stopped in Thunder Bay to see him, the company he works for doing assays and stuff like that, after they crush their samples, send half of it off for testing, the other half sits in a box, and they just put those boxes out on a pallet after so long. Well, he had about 12 pallets full of boxes waiting to go to the dump. You just help yourself. So I've got 4 big, huge bags full of these random samples.
Yeah. If it gets you a few colors, I'd definitely get into it.
That's one of them.
Nice.
And they're all like individually packaged samples.
Dude, you could be auctioning those off on.
Like,
hell yeah. Think about unsearched. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'd be grabbing bags up like that every chance I got.
Well, next time I'm up in Thunder Bay, I'm hoping to grab a couple more.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Scott says free is a great price for potential gold.
Right. All we had to do is bring them home.
Yeah. Absolutely. Who wouldn't love that? Yeah, it's turning into a day. It's turning into a day. I gotta do my thing today. Back out at the fairgrounds. We'll be there till about 10 o'clock again tonight. By the time we break things down and get on home, it'll be closer to 11. So if somebody's going to stream on or something, I'll probably jump in the chat and say hey to people. But yeah, by that time of day, I'm going to be done. Now, we're almost done here. We'll probably go another 5-6 minutes or so. Give everybody a chance to run to the bathroom, freshen up their drink, scramble some eggs, whatever it is you got in mind to do. And head on over to Rob's stream. Not sure who's co-hosticating with him today, but I'm sure he's got it all figured out. Wallace Family Adventures says if anybody wants to do a sticker trade, here's the email address. We'll put that up on screen. There you go. Let everybody know. People love good sticker exchanges. I do make stickers for YouTube channels. Things are a little wonky these days because of trying to buy a new property and stuff. But Yeah, my hand is still in the game. If you need some stickers made, if you get a design, great. If not, we can work up a design for you. I do not charge for design time. All I ask is if you use my design, buy your first batch of stickers from me. There's nothing worse than going through days and days of stuff to get the perfect design, then to get that hemming and hawing. Oh, my check don't come in till such and such and when and junk, and then the next thing you know, you see them giving away stickers on their channel because they went to some other source with my design.
Right.
At least give me first crack at it, people. That's all I ask. That's my public service announcement and slight rant.
Simple respect, in my opinion.
Yeah, come on. But everybody got a deal or they got a friend who can do it, but can't do the design. And it's like, again, I work my job. Mike the Greek, yo, what's up?
Good morning, Mike the Greek.
Mm. Popping in here at a good time. We still got a few minutes left. Oof. Man, I definitely feel like I need to go back to sleep. That daylight savings thing didn't do nothing good for me. Martin Smythe,
Good
good to
morning,
see
Mark.
you. He'd probably been lurking. Mm-mm-mm. Heck yeah, we got 20 people in here. Doing good. Hopefully everybody's hit that thumbs up on their way through the door. As it's a little bit important to me. Yeah, I kind of like, the approval rating and all that stuff. All right, close them up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got some ribs in there I got to work on today. Yeah, I do have a Facebook as me, Patrick Stover. There's a Park Rat Facebook channel, Park Rat Metal Detecting Facebook page. I hardly ever get over there, but yeah, you can get in touch with me. I'm available out there. I look like this. Oh, caca. Yeah. Feel like I wake up early today. Yeah, that's what it feels like all over. Now I'm wondering if the pool heater's turned on. It's like, might be a good morning just to float and soak for a few.
Scott, your comment about this message is brought to you by the number 4 and the letter P. Take a look at the link I just posted. You'll get a great laugh.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever wanted to hear Kermit getting high,
Everybody loves Kermit. Yeah. I think somewhere on my phone, I got a picture. I may have, may not. But there it is. That's one. Yeah, and after Kermit gets high, he gets a little weird.
Good morning, the life and times of Barney Taylor.
Barney, good morning, brother. Hope things are going well for you. Oh, pretty birds. I like big birds. I mean, the little ones are nice, but when a big old wood stork or something walks up in the driveway, that's like, yeah, you're cool. I like you.
Oh, first thing in the morning, I get blue jays, cardinals, and goldfinches right outside my bedroom window.
Ooh. Oh.
I figured you would get a kick out of that, Scott. That's an old one for me. I come across that, God, must have been when I was like 18 or 19. Back in the days of Adam Sandler.
Uh, Let me see. Got that. Take that down. So anybody that wants to do a sticker trade, there, snag their email address. I'm gonna put that back down. So it is in the chat if you want to find it. Just back on up through. We get about 3 minutes till Rob's stream. So I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody. And y'all have a great morning. We'll see you over at Rob's. Give him a little park rat raid, but grab your coffee, take a pee, whatever it is you got to do. We will see you next week. And thank you, Reg, for being up here, helping a brother out as always. Appreciated.
Always happy to be here, Pat.
All right. The rest of y'all, stay happy, stay high, stay healthy, and we'll see you next week.
Have a good one, YouTube.